Topcon's new MCX architecture replaces its old analog MCR3 system. And this is their going forward new machine control platform for not only the heavy civil and light civil, but also the markets that cater to the smaller machines like the CTLs with grader and box blade attachments and mini excavators. In keeping with Topcon's modular system, the MCX architecture is still a fully modular machine control system. And what I mean by that is every single component, for the most part, can be swapped between multiple machines. They've also gone to, with the MCX architecture, CAN communication, which opens up the door for self-diagnosis and simpler OEM manufacturer integration, along with all kinds of other cool things coming down the line. There have been major key improvements to the GPS or GNSS functionality as far as adding additional signals for higher accuracy in poor sky view situations. It's less expensive. It's also now being offered to smaller machines at a lower point of entry to get into some of the contractors that aren't necessarily doing the highway and heavy civil work. With the GNSS or the GPS, they've added full constellation tracking. So we're not only tracking GPS and GLONASS, but we're additionally tracking Galileo Baudou, and we're actually tracking additional signals inside of each of those. And where this makes a big difference is in scenarios where you've got poor sky view, say in the trees or up close to buildings. Areas where you maybe didn't have enough satellites, now you're going to have enough satellites to keep a good fixed solution when running GNSS or GPS as you're positioning. The main differences between the system architecture, between the MCR3 and the MCX platform, is it's even more modular than the MCR3 platform. And what I mean was, in the past, with an MCR3 grader, you'd have a rotation sensor, a slope sensor, a mainfall sensor, and then you also had the antennas and the receiver. And those were all different sensors, and they didn't cross over to any other machine. Topcon has gone to a TSI-4 IMU, which is the one sensor for every single machine. So a dozer has 3 TSI-4 IMUs, a grader has 3 TSI-4 IMUs, and why that's important is you get in a project where you're in the middle of nowhere out in the village and a sensor goes bad, you're not waiting 2 days or a week for a rotation sensor. You can just pull a TSI-4 sensor off of any machine and plop it over there for troubleshooting and to keep yourself going. There was also on the old platform, completely separate cables for the most part for every single machine. And now almost every single cable is the same CAN style cable across all different machines. So again, for troubleshooting and for stocking and ease of use, this makes it far simpler to keep operational. It also uses the exact same main components. The GNSS receivers are the same. All of the LPS and millimeter GPS sensors across the platform is the same. It's the exact same 3DMC software and the exact same control boxes. So that, I would say, is probably the biggest difference between the system architectures, is that they've taken and they've used as few pieces of hardware as possible across as many machines as possible to make it simple for the end user. I can tell you that this Topcon MCX platform is the greatest thing and that it's better than everybody else, but that's not necessarily the case. What's going to make this better for you, especially out in the field, is the fact that GPS Alaska has the knowledge in-house, get up and running and stay up and running through the entire job. We're available 24/7. We're out there in the morning if you need help. We're out there in the evening if you need help. If you get in a position where you have questions on the fly, we're available to remote into your data collectors or into your machine control boxes and actually show you which buttons to click. With any software or technology purchase, especially if you've done this before, you realize that smooth adoption is one of the most difficult things to achieve. I can sell you the best machine control in the world, or the best layout equipment, or the best technology in construction, but if your office and field crew don't know what it's capable of and don't understand how to use it, it's not going to make you any money.